Gusko versus Yan Blachowicz, a majority draw. I think one judge had it for Yan as a win, the other two had it draw, so by majority it is a draw. And I'm curious to see what you guys think. Now the first round, I really think it was close, but I give it to Yan, and I think there's two punches that favor him in that first round. The second, there's no debate. We all know who got that one. The only debate is, was it a 10-8? Blachowicz got put down with a big overhand right in the second and got his ass beat on the canvas for pretty much like half of the second round. It took him like 10 or 15 seconds to get back to his corner after the end of that second round. But Yan Blachowicz is an absolute vet. After it was time to come out of the corner and the blood was wiped away, he was ready to go, and he absolutely dominated that final round. I could see Yan winning this fight. Let me know what you guys thought about it though. What an absolutely crazy fight. I just got through watching the montage that they did for Triple C, so the fight ended like 10 minutes ago. But my emotions are still so high because that was possibly one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life in the 3-round format. I put together this background as a joke earlier, but in all reality, Triple C should be the one that's taller because he fought like a lion tonight. Let's talk about it. I bet if you were to ask Cejudo right now if he regretted making a comeback, he might say yes, but this run has been legendary, even though he hasn't gotten a win. He's gotten the chance to fight these new prospects, fight former champions, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. With that being said, I've seen Henry look a little more flat, a little more flubby each fight, tiring out a little quicker. And in today's landscape, a 38-year-old Cejudo should not be at 135. He's too small. But this was a hell of a fight. I'll make a part 2 next. Within the first few seconds of this fight, I knew it was going to be either a long night or a short night for Henry Cejudo. He got caught with a big 1-2 from Payton Talbott that rocked him. And to my surprise, Payton Talbott, with the ultimate disrespect, shot and landed 2 takedowns on Cejudo. I mentioned in the last video, the size discrepancy was just too much. I was very surprised that Henry was able to have the success and the accuracy that he did have in the striking. Cejudo must have eaten about 10 or 12 big knees right up the middle, but he never stopped moving forward. And he landed some nice leg kicks of his own, and again, big strikes. Cejudo was going for broke in this one. And at the end of the fight, Talbott points to the middle of the ring, and Cejudo obliges, and they proceed to throw down. Amazing fight, amazing career, and after Cejudo's last fight, he needed to have a performance like this. He needed to have a scrap like this to go out on. Let me know what you guys thought about this one. Holy early stoppage. For this guy? For the former champ? For the Mexican? An early stoppage? Are you serious? Let's talk about this. Tatsuro Taira shoots for a takedown in the first round, and he ends up getting himself in a pretty wicked position. Brandon Moreno has him in a triangle for the entire round. I have Moreno winning that round. In the second round, I had Moreno looking better, looking crisper on the feet, getting out of the way of some of the takedowns that Tatsuro Taira was trying to shoot. He looks amazing. Like, he still looks like the #2 guy in the world, if you ask me. Shout out to Taira. He's relentless with these takedowns. He gets it on Moreno, takes him down, takes the back and flattens him out. You know what happens next, right? Yeah, he starts raining down punches, and he did take some damage, but the ref called it really quick. I don't agree with it. Let me know what you thought. Joshua Van is the new champion of the world. Pantoja literally snapped his elbow within the first minute of the fight. I just don't understand how he can win the belt that way. And I'm not hating on Joshua Van. I mean, that first sequence, I'm like, oh, he's got power. He's got the hands. He can put Pantoja out. But this was genuinely just a freak accident. Like, this should be a doctor's stoppage, no contest. Let's schedule it out once you fix your arm. You hate to see it, especially for a champion as dominant as Pantoja, for it to be past. I don't agree. Main event up next. I'm in shock. Petr Yan just pitched a shutout against Merab. I love Merab just as much as the next guy, but there's nothing more that I love than a Cinderella story, a comeback story like Petr Yan. Guys, at one point, he had lost 3 fights back to back to back. You know that, right? The mental toughness that it must have taken to not only overcome that, but then to come back and win the title in a dominant fashion over Merab. Let's talk about the fight. I had Petr Yan winning all 5 rounds. At worst case, he lost the first round, won the other 4. I don't know what the judges were smoking, but one of the judges scored at 49-48. That's why you can't leave it up to the judges, though. I think Merab shot about 30 or 35 takedowns, and he only landed 2 or 3 and had very minimal control time. I'm thinking less than 30 seconds overall. This is why we need to score fights on damage. From the first round all the way to the 5th, Petr Yan was inflicting damage every single round. It was getting worse, new damage in new places. Congrats to Petr.